Okay, good morning. We're learning Pashas Tetzaveh from Moshe Rebbe's talk from 1992. It's from a compilation of a few days in the month of Adar, Pashas Tetzaveh, the beginning of Adar. So the Rebbe is talking about Moshe Rabeinu's birthday and passing, which is going to be tonight, the 7th of Adar. Now, the Rebbe says, let's understand this idea of Moshe Rabeinu being born and passing on the 7th of Adar. What's the significance of this birthday in this month, which makes it a very happy month and a month with a lot of good mazel, a month that we can utilize for good things and to be successful. So, simply put, from the words of the Gemara, which they say, when we have to increase in during this month, and if you have a court case, for instance, you go for it in this month. It's proven that the birth of Moshe in this month of Adar completely mevatel and machaper. It nullifies and it forgives. It atones for anything negative that happened in this month from the death or from the passing that occurred in this month. Meaning Moshe Rabbeinu's neshama went up to heaven in this month too, on the same day. But from what the Gemara says, that this is a good month. It's bari mazale. The mazel is very healthy and strong, and it's a good month to add an increase in joy. Proves that the fact that Moshe Rabeinu was born in this month, on this day, tonight, Zayin Adar, in Vachaper, it nullifies and it atones for anything negative that would come about on the day of his passing. So it seems that this is a proof that because of this, the month will be better from all the rest of no, it's not a proof that it should be better from all the rest of the year, months of the year. The fact that it's that Moshe Rabeinu was born on the same day that he passed is could be an atonement, but it could be it just wipes away any negative. It doesn't necessarily make it a better month. Okay, it doesn't make it a better day or a better month from the rest of the months of the year. So this is the question the Rebbe asks. The fact that he was born and passed away the same day could be, okay, it's whitewashed. Anything negative is whitewashed. But the Rebbe says, no. According to what the rabbis say, it seems that something more is added in joy, and we need to increase in joy, and it's a great mazel for the month. So how come? Okay? So this question, how come the month is actually welcome from month? How come the month is actually more special, okay, and more strong in its good positive side, not just negating anything negative? This question, though, is strengthened when we look at what the rabbis explain about the details of in the Midrash, about the details of the Goral, the lottery that Haman did. It says, this is the Rebbe quoting from the Midrash. Haman wanted to find the best time to harm the Jews. So he said, how can I control over them? I am going to do Gorelis. I'm going to make a lottery and figure out, according to the lottery, the best time to harm the Jews. Okay? That was his intention. So he thought of Nisan, and he said, no. He started with the month of Nisan. He says, no. Nisan has Pesach, Passover, a lot of miracles. Hashem loved them. No, I'm not going to do it on Pesach, on Nisan. Iyar, there's the chus of Pesach Katan. There was the second Pesach, right, where the Jews had the second chance, and they were able to bring the Jews who couldn't celebrate Pesach in the first month, and Nisan were able to celebrate it in Iyar. Month. So he said, not that month either. So he went through month to month, and each month had a merit for the Jewish people, all the 11 months, until he came to Rosh Chodesh Adar. He got the girl for Rosh Chodesh Adar, and he didn't find any merit for that month. So he went back and he checked again all the mazals, all the merits and all the good effects of each month. He didn't find any. He found each one had a schus. The Jews had a merit for each one of the months. And then He came to the month of Adar, and the mazel of the month is fish. And he didn't find any merit that the Jews have with fish. So he was very happy. Mama was happy. He said, Adar in the schut, mazal in the schut. There's no schuts in the month of Adar. The mazel of Adar, the fish, have no merit. Not only that, Moshe Rabeinu passed away. He didn't know that month not only passed, but he was also born. He said the muzzle of fish is like just like fish swallow up things. I'm going to swallow up the Jewish people. So the Medrash ends that Hashem says to Haman, Russia, you're a Russia. Obviously, we're not talking. Hashem actually spoke. The point is that the answer from heaven is that the Hashem, so to speak, is saying that just like in the mazel of the fish can swallow and be swallowed, not just be swallowed. So too, Hashem is saying, so to speak, this man is going to be swallowed from those who are going to swallow him. I mean, Haman is going to be swallowed up, not the Jewish people. The Jewish people are going to swallow him. And this is emphasized more, it seems, that the birth of Moshe Rabeinu only eradicates and nullifies the unwanted thing that came about with Moshe Rabbeinu's passing. Similar to the idea of I'm going to swallow them up. אבל החודש עצמו נשאר במעמד המצב שאין לו זכות, ומזלו אין לו זכות, ובוודאי לא באופן שיש לו מעלה וזכות יותר לגבי שאר חודשי השנה. So according to this medrash, it seems the only merit, there is no merit for the month, and there is no merit for the mazel. Just the fact that fish could be swallowed and they could also swallow, that's about it. It's like a veto power of anything bad that could happen, but it doesn't seem like it has any real merit. According to this medrash, the medrash doesn't bring up any merit. So why is this month? Why do the rabbis say, we come to this month, we have to be happy. And we have to utilize the month for good things because they'll be successful. Why? It doesn't seem like it has any merit really compared to the other months of the year. It just has maybe eradicates the non-merits that we've had because of the passing of Moshe Rabeinu. So the Rebbe is going to explain. According to what we know, that when a person is born, their birthday, the mazal is sholet, is ruling, is in control, has strength. Bayom ha'u, that day, and it helps the person that day. So you have very good, strong mazal on the day of your birthday. I know. The mazal helps that a person's mazal is on the top. Govel, it takes over, it takes control, takes strength. Govel is to overcome. Like it says, there's a verse of Gavar Yisrael, the Jewish people become stronger. V'yeshloma, we could say it. So this is Rebbe's Chiddush. שבيום הולדתו של משה הוא ישראל, וישראל הם משה, נשיא הדור הוא ככל הדור, כי הנשיא הוא הכל. That on the day of Moshe Rabbeinu's birthday, since he is the Nasi, he's the leader of the Jewish people, the Mazal, Moshe Rabbeinu is the Jewish people. The Jewish people are Moshe. We're one with Moshe Rabeinu. He is everything. We're part of Moshe Rabeinu. So, and therefore, what happens on the states of all the Jewish people? And there adds another parenthesis. The Rebbe says not only it's the generation of Moshe Rabeinu, which he lived in the time of the desert and going out of Egypt, there is Moshe Rabbeinu's soul is affected and present in every generation to the end of times. So there's a Moshe includes the whole Jewish people until the end of generations. And so on the day of his birthday, the mazel of the Jewish people is goiver, is stronger, is overpowering. Okay? So we have a good mazel of the entire Jewish people for all generations on the 7th of Adar. It's an overpowering mazel of goodness on this day. So this is the Rebbe's Chiddush, okay? That the Rebbe is adding, okay? that it's not just in that generation, but forever and ever. And this Haman didn't know. He didn't. First of all, he didn't even know it was his birthday, but he didn't know. The rabbis who knew it was his birthday are giving us a lesson that the whole month is good because Moshe Rabbeinu's birthday is actually affects all the Jewish people for all generations. That's what the Rebbe's chiddush is. שבחודש שנולד בו משה הוא ישראל, וזהו המזל של החודש להתגברות המזל לישראל. So by the way, we could take this is my little thought right now that I haven't heard this, but obviously we can transport this to any birthday of any Nasi, but especially the Rebbe's birthday on the 11th of Nisan is a very auspicious day for all Jewish people because we're all included in the leader of our generation, the Rebbe. So Yud Aleph Nisan, the Rebbe's birthday, is a very strong mazel. And so the whole month of Nisan also, but especially that day, we have the mazel of the Rebbe is very strong. And the mazel of the Rebbe is strong. It affects also the whole month of Nisan too. Moshe Rabeinu of our generation is the Rebbe. ומזה מובן גם בנוגע למזל החודש שבחודש שנולד בו משה הוא ישראל וזה המזל של החודש להתגברות המזל לישראל. לכן אדר דברים בתקיף מזלי היינו של לידת משה הוא ישראל ושבעה באדר פועלת על כל החודש שבו גובר בו תקיף מזלם של ישראל. So from this we understand, when it comes to the mazel of the month that Moshe Rabeinu was born, and he includes in him all the Jewish people, it helps. The mazel helps that the whole month will overcome the mazel of the Jewish people. Is gover, is strong. Therefore, Adar is a good month. It's a strong month where the mazel is strong, and therefore the birth of Moshe, which represents within him, he includes all the Jewish people. On the 7th of Adar has an effect on the whole month. That his mazel is the mazel of the month is strong, overcoming, powerful. It's healthy. It's strong by the whole Jewish people. Well, Pisa Yeshlam according we can say so. The service continue with his chiddush. שסיום דברי המילה שהוא לא ידע שבשבעה באדר נולד משה, ותשובה גם על זה שהאדר אין לו זכות ומזלו אין לו זכות. The fact that Haman didn't know that the 7th of Adar Moshe Rabeinu was born and is an answer. The midrash is what that we're recording. How come he made this mistake? The fact that he didn't know that Moshe Rabeinu was born on this month. It's an answer for the fact that Adar doesn't have a zchus and the mazel doesn't have zchut. She'en tzorach b'zchut shel Adar mazel. We don't need the merit of the month of Adar and its mazel, like the rest of the months, where you need the zchus of the month and the mazel, like in Pesach and Adar and Nisan, you need the zchus of Pesach, etc. Why? Because there's something even more higher level of merit that's beyond any of the other months' merits of the month itself and the mazel of the month itself, as it is de facto. We don't need any merits of the Jewish people. The Jewish people don't have to necessarily on their own have to have done something good in that month in order to have a merit. Why? Because there's an overcoming of the mazel of the whole Jewish people because Moshe Rabeinu was born. And Moshe Rabeinu represents all the Jewish people. And so this month of Adar affects a help for the whole month, even though the month itself has no merit. Jewish people maybe have no merits, the month has no merit, but still there's an overcoming of the mazel of the Jewish people in this month, simply because Moshe Rabeinu was born, and we are part of Moshe Rabeinu. We are included within Moshe Rabeinu. But we don't have to find any other merit for the month, okay? Oh, it's very interesting because there's talk about going back to war with Gaza to finally finalize and finish off the Hamas, finally. And they want to do it. There's talk about doing it in the month of Adar, like utilizing the month of Adar to do it. So there's definitely something in it. I know Rabbi Wolffe was tracking a lot of the things that the Trump administration had done when he was the president last time. A lot of the things that he had done good for the Jewish people happened on auspicious days on Chabad calendar. So he has all those little details of the corresponding correlating things. But like almost everything good and like historic that he did for the Jewish people was on auspicious Chabad day. So it's interesting.
The Rebbe also had a stroke in Adar, right?
What?
The Rebbe also had strokes in Adar, right?
He had one another?
Stroke.
Yeah,
Afsai in Adar.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. So maybe the Rebbe is referring to this, that even though there was something negative, the overpowering, powerful, positive things, the birth of Moshe Rabeinu, which is really the birth of he includes within all the Jewish people, can overcome the negative of the month. It overpowers the negativity of the month. Maybe the Rebbe was giving us on the Sichas. This was a few weeks before the Rebbe's stroke. A couple of weeks before the Rebbe's stroke, the Rebbe said this. So maybe the Rebbe was giving us strength to really see that we can overcome anything negative that happens in Adar, even if we haven't, because that's what we just read. I was saying, even though we have no merit in the month of Adar, we have no schus, and the mazel is not. It's still a good mazel to the month, and it's a very strong mazel because Moshe Rabeinu was born on this month. So, v'yesh lomar. Okay. So then the Rebbe connects it to the fact that it was also a leap year that year. So only the month of Adar can have two months in it when there's a leap year every 3 years approximately. In Dafka specifically, in the month of Adar, that's the only month that you can mashlim, you can complete and make whole the month of, add another month to complete the year of the moon, so we'll be in sync with the years and the days of the sun. Right, because there's less days in the year in the moon cycle than there is in the sun cycle. יותר משנת החמה, כי מכל חודשי השנה שהם חודשי הלבנה, כאשר אחד מישראל דומים לבנה ומנין לבנה, עתידים להתחדש כמותה. שאין כן אומות העולם שדומים לבנה ולחמה, גדלה מעלתו של חודש אדר, בריא ותקיף מזלה, שבו גובר מזלם של ישראל. So the month of Adar is also very much connected to the Jewish people, specifically that our mazel can be even strong by the fact that we have a leap year every few years, because so that we'll have a complete whole year on the year that there's a leap year. So what the Rebbe is saying, when on the year that you have a leap year, you actually have more days of the lunar cycle year than you have of the sun, the solar cycle year. Because he says, I'm reading footnote 39, on the year, a regular sun year, the solar year, you have 365 days, always. It's always that. Whereas a lunar year, when you have a leap year added, so you have another month added of the Adar, you have 385 days, which is very interesting because we're in the year Tafshin Pei He. So you have Shin Pei He, 385 days, and this is the year Tafshin Pei He, right? 57, 85 is this year. So interesting. Tafshin Pei He. The way you say it is Taf. It stands for the thousandth year, and Shin stands for the Tafshin Pei He is how you write it out. Okay, this year, and there's Shin Pei He and Tafshin Pei He, and there's
Taf and Shin together is 700.
What?
That's what it's usually Hey Tafshin Pei Hey, but
Hey
we leave
Tafshin
off the Hey.
Right,
The
you're right.
Tafshin is
That's
700.
Hey Tafshin Pei He is really you add the 5,785. Is that correct? 700, and then there's 300 for Shin. Tafshin Pei He. Add it up. Okay, my mind's not working yet. But the letters of 385 are the amount of days you have in a leap year. Okay? Shin Pei He. So which means it has 20 days more than the solar cycle. So aside from filling up, that year to make sure that it coincides, there's actually, the lunar cycle has more days. when you do a leap year. So it has, Rose explains, it has extra days that mikdama, which are like we're borrowing days that will take effect kind of thing in the next year. Mikdama is like, so it has something overpowering in the leap year of extra days. And that year, the Rebbe said this was a leap year. Welcome, Fruma. Did you want to say something? I see you. Welcome, iPhone. Welcome.
No, I got knocked off and I came back on. That's all.
Anyway, that was footnote 39, which is interesting. So something you could look into more, whoever wants to deal with the numbers and the days and all that. Okay. Okay, so the Jewish people have actually on a leap year have more strength, is basically what the Rebbe is saying. And the fact that we follow the lunar cycle also shows that we have, in total, we'll end up with more days than the solar cycle. Okay? We have a few details here. Adar and a year that you have a leap year, and Hamadina used to say, whatever we learn about a leap year, it has an effect on all the years. It's not just for the leap year. This idea we can learn and gain from it for our year too. A year that you have two Adars, which the chidush of Mulad, you have two times that the moon is being renewed. Okay, that's what Rosh Chodesh is. That's what a month is. A new renewal of the moon. So, which alludes to the renewal of the Jewish people. So, when you have twice, okay, of Adar, so you have a renewal of the Jewish people twice, which is the idea of kiflaim letushia, that when you have things doubled, it's double strength. So, double tushia is double strength. So the Rebbe would connect this idea of double strength to the idea of Geula. Geula has this double strength. It's not, this whole idea also, which he was trying to bring here, is that Adar is not just filling up the gap of the fact that Moshe Rabeinu passed on that year. There's something extra special because he was born that year. So, which doesn't just like fill the gaps. It actually brings an extra strength to the Jewish people, no matter what, no matter when, no matter who, until the end of all generations. And like Sean mentioned, the month of Adar was a year that the Rebbe had a stroke. So we can extrapolate, this is what I'm extrapolating, is the Rebbe said this 2 weeks before the stroke. The Rebbe is preparing us here. The month of Adar is not just, it's such a wonderful month, and we have to be happy because anything bad or negative that happened that month is whitewashed or washed away. No, the month of Adar has something strong in it for every Jewish person, for every generation to come, because we're all part of Moshe Rabeinu, which overrides and gives extra mazel no matter what, no matter who, till the end of days. Okay, because Moshe Rabeinu was born and we're part of Moshe Rabeinu, so we have this strong mazel of the birthday. That's number one. Also, the Ibur also, when it's on a leap year, it has also the idea of kiflaim letushia. Then we have two Adars that gives the birth of the Jewish people is doubled. Now, Bais, another thing, the Adar dishnat Ibur yeshishim yom. Adar, when it's on a leap year, like it was last year, there's 60 days. Which eradicates any undesirable thing, and it transforms them to good, not just eradicates them, but transforms them to good. It's similar to the idea of bitter or untasty, sour things that can be fixed and then transformed into very delicious food that can really restore the Meshivat Nefesh. It can be very helpful to the soul. Like when it's like, wow. Like if it's transformed properly, you can make something that tastes good, even though it's bitter or sour to begin with. Now, that's the idea of transformation, bitter to sweet. Now, the next thing is, Odveka, which Rebbe says the main thing, Gimel, Al Yado Nasa et Hashlamut Kol Chodshei Ha'alvana Shemishtabim L'Shnat HaChama, she'omer Zak Im HaYud V'Haya Ol HaLavana Ke'Ol HaChama, שבעתיים כאור שבעת הימים, לעתיד לבוא שכשעתידים להתחדש כמותם. The idea of a leap year also alludes to the fact that in the future it says the light of the moon will be like the light of the sun. Now, and it will be like the light of the 7 days, I guess 7 days of creation. And in the future, the Jewish people will be renewed like the moon. So this is a very Geuladic month or idea, that the idea that an Adar has the potential of transforming bitter to dark and transform the renewal of the Jewish people, where the Jewish people's light of the moon, that we represent the moon, will be like the sun, and we're going to be renewed like the moon in the future. Because the Mugash B'Yutel B'Kviyut Shema, this is emphasized this year more. Rosh Chodesh Adar Rishon Chal V'Yom Shlishi, when it's Rosh Chodesh Adar comes on a Tuesday and a Wednesday, and Yom Shlishi, which was the day of my son's wedding, was Huchba Bo Kitov. There's twice good, it says Kitov, Kiflaim L'Tushia, which is this idea of double strength. ומתקן גם העניין הבלתי רצוי דיום שני, שנבראת בו מחלוקת, אחד לגמר מלאכת השני ואחד לגמר מלאכת היום. Tuesday fixes what happened on Monday. Monday there was machlokas. There was machlokas is when there's like an argument or a separation or problems. Okay, so anytime, if God forbid, we experience something negative or a machlokas or a separation or a problem, remember that there's ability in the next day, or the next moment, to fix it, to transform it, to kiflaim l'tushia in a way of double good from this transformation. When you transform darkness into light, you have a double strength. Now, B'Yom Aviv, Wednesday, shebo nitlu shnei amorot agdolim shomer shayeh or v'nakar chama k'or shivat yimei Bereshit, k'mo shayita kodem yota shnei amorot v'yas Elokim shnei amorot agdolim. What's special about Wednesday? Wednesday is the day when it says Hashem put the luminaries into the sky. He how do you say, he like hung them, okay? Now, which alludes to the idea of that the light of the moon will be like the light of the sun, and as it was in the 6 days of creation, the 7 days of creation, Shivas Yemei Bereshis, it's called, that when it was originally at the same strength, the moon and the sun. So before Hashem made the moon smaller, it says Hashem made the two big luminaries, and that was on a Wednesday. So Tuesdays we know is good because it's twice Kitov. We can always transform it and everything into good on a Tuesday because it fixes what happened on Monday, which was the separation of machlokas. Wednesday is good because it was the day that Hashem hung and put the luminaries in the sky, which is the sun and the moon, and the sun and the moon were big. Both of them were big. Now the main thing. Zuf bet hayimim de chodesh Rosh Chodesh Adar Rishon. Shlishi v'Revi'i Gimel v'Dal Tzuf the Gimel Shlishi v'Dal Revi'i Gad. When you take Tuesday and Wednesday, so you have, which was the days of Rosh Chodesh of that year, you have Gimel and Dalet together, which spells God, which the explanation of it is Mazal Tov, a good Mazal. שבזה מודגש עוד יותר עניין דברי ותקיף מעשה בעניין זה קשור עם מילת משה בשבעה באדר. כמרומז בצירוף המספרים ג' וד' יחדיו שעולים שבעה. So when you put 3 and 4 together, you have 7. So that also alludes to the Moshe Rabeinu's birth on the 7th of Adar, which makes the idea of this mazel of this month very strong, even more emphasized. Like we said before, that the birth of Moshe Rabeinu on the 7th of Adar creates and causes a strengthening and overcoming of the mazel that is strong and healthy for the whole entire month, not just for that day. Which is included also in the first 2 days of Rosh Chodesh, which comes out on Tuesday and Wednesday, Gimel and Dalet, which is Mazal Tov, which refers to God. God means a good mazel. Okay, so the Rebbe is bringing from all angles, from the day of the week that it comes out, the idea that it's a leap year. He's increasing and adding to what he said before, that for sure the mazel of the month of Adar, no matter what, no matter who, for all generations, is a very strong, good mazel, because Moshe Rabeinu was born, and therefore, and we're all connected to Moshe Rabeinu, every Jewish person, for eternality, because Moshe Rabeinu is present with the Jewish people in all generations, and therefore, on the 7th of Adar we have strength, but not only the 7th of Adar, the whole month is strengthened and has a good mazel in this whole entire month. No matter what, no matter who, whether if the month has a merit, doesn't have a merit, whether good things, whatever it is, whatever happens this month, no matter what, we have a good mazel this month that we can overcome negativity or negative things. We have a strong good mazal. Another Rebbe is going to explain next word up to hey. I want to finish this before Shabbos. Let's see. Hey, with paragraph 5, and it's long. Oh my gosh. I know we better go quickly. Okay, so this idea that the mazel of the Jewish people becomes stronger on this month because Moshe Rabeinu was born in this month and overcomes brings the strength to the whole month of Adar. Let's look at it deeper. The Rebbe says, what's mazel of Yisrael? What's the mazel? Mazel refers to the essence or the source, the source of our soul above. Because we know our soul, when it comes into the body, it only is just a ray of the soul itself as it is above. The main part of our neshama, and its source is still up above. When it gets mazal, and it's called our mazel. Adam dit le mazal, Adam sheyesh lo mazal, v'akol talui b'mazal. That's why we could see many people who you wouldn't expect, Jewish people, you wouldn't expect them to feel Yiddishkeit or express Yiddishkeit because let's say they haven't done it and we don't see it, or they've stated things maybe that made it seem like they don't care or they're either apathetic or against, God forbid. We still see that at certain points their mazel can overcome and shine and be revealed. Why? Because the real source of the neshama, the real neshama is still above, wasn't concealed yet, didn't come down into didn't get concealed by their body. So, and everything is dependent on the mazel. Mazel is the source of our, is where our neshama is coming from. That's in the body. It's coming from our mazel, which is the essence of our neshama, which is still up above. And from there, it's nozel. It kind of like, nozel is like leaks down from our neshama. We get a little bit. It's only a light, a ray, kind of dripping down from our neshama that we actually see in our body. Okay?
This is a very strong. That's a very strong thing to say.
Yes. Yes.
It's incredible.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa. Now, and this dripping or whatever we get from the essence of our soul, from the mazel, from the source of our neshama, from this comes really our life force and our hashpah, our influence, our ability to our spirit of life. This is what the rabbis say. En mazal Yisrael kai al mazalot hasarim v'kochavim asher chalak lekol ha'amim. Sheisel him l'mal mimazalot elu. Aval gam l'Yisrael yesh mazal. So now he's going to explain the contradictory statement the rabbi is saying. In one place it says the Jewish people have no mazel, right? In another place, like what we've been learning, our mazel is strong in Adar. So do we have a mazel or don't we? So the rabbi is saying, he's explaining. When we talk about when the rabbis say the Jewish people have no mazel, he's talking about the mazel, the source of the sarim and kochavim, which is the influences, the stars, the constellations, and the officers that have an influence on all the nations that he gave to all the nations. The Jewish people are above that, above those mazels, their mazels. But the Jewish people have their own mazel. They have a mazel, it's their own. Adar. The Jewish people's mazel, which is the source of our soul, is way, way above all the other mazelos from which the other nations get their influence from. Because why? Our mazel, our source of our neshama, comes from a place of ayin, of nothing. So like it says, chokhmah comes from ayin, from nothing. And ayin, sheino musag, it's a level of ayin which we cannot comprehend, we cannot wrap our heads around it, we cannot reach it, with our minds. Therefore, the Jewish people can give over themselves to Mesiras Nefesh beyond the intellect. This is emphasized in the birth of Moshe Rabeinu in the month of Adar, which is also our birth. We were born together with Moshe Rabeinu. Moshe, who we saw, Moshe is the Jewish people. Why? Because birth is connected with the essence of the existence which is beyond our name. A name is only an expression of our soul. When we're born, we don't have a name yet. Okay, that's we're coming to the world who we are without a name. It alludes to the fact that we have an essence of our soul, which is above the 5 names that the soul was called with. When the neshama comes into the body, it's given 5 names, or at the moment of birth. But really, its soul, its essence is beyond these names. Even the level of Yechida, which is the highest level of our soul, the essence of the soul is even beyond the Yechida, the Rebbe says, because Yechida is also a name of the soul. We can define it as the name Yechida. This is what we're talking about. In this month, even before anything, there's a shining, there's a strengthening, there's an overpowering of our mazel of the Jewish people. This level of ayin of our mazel is more revealed in this month, even though it's like something that's in our body. It's and the names of the soul as they come to our body, it's not normally felt, not normally revealed. But in the month of Adar, there's something overpowering of our source of our neshama, this mazel, which is beyond even the 5 names, the nefesh, ruach, neshama, and even the level of yechida. So we have an essence of our neshama is being revealed on this month. Wow. Okay, so this is an amazing, amazing month. From the level of ayin, of nothingness, beyond what we can even understand or see, envision even. Okay. By the way, I just to remind you, this Fruma has this taught me that when you're at your kids' weddings or grandkids' weddings by her, it's good to envision dancing in the Bais Hamikdash. So I remember to do that, Fruma, thanks to you, to have that vision. We're all dancing together in the Bais Hamikdash.
Amazing.
Yes,
Amazing. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was just over the top beautiful. Baruch Hashem.
Thank God. I'm very blessed. I was saying, my takeaway from this wedding is to really cherish when things are good, to be present and notice it and to appreciate it. That's our job. We could get, no matter what, no matter how much good there is, we could always get caught up in other things and, things of the past or regrets or worries of the future. To mamish be present and appreciative in that moments, the moments of goodness. We all have amazing moments of goodness. It's always good, but to especially in times of revealed good, to really be present in those moments. And it's an avoda. It's not just doesn't just happen.
It was malchut. It was malchut.
Yeah, you like yes. Thank you, and thank you for coming. It made it all so much better when you ladies were there. Yes, thank you.
How did it feel like when you internalized that dancing by the Bais Hamikdash?
Oh my gosh, I felt so grateful that I remembered. It was a very special feeling. It's just like it's a unifying feeling. I'm with everybody. I'm with all of you and all my sisters and all the Jewish women. We're all together in the Bais Hamikdash. It's a very, very wonderful moment of relation. I also had a moment where I felt all like the Rebbeim and the Rebbetzins were there with us before the chuppah or during the chuppah.
Amazing.
Yes, it was a very
beautiful.
Moment.
Yeah. You know what? We couldn't find it, but we were there. But people said there was a giant rainbow.
Yes.
Because it was.
Yes, at the chuppah. At the time of the chuppah.
That's incredible. That's amazing. Yeah, now it's like the rainbows is connected with the revelation of Geula. It's like the Geula rainbow. It's like
right. Remember we were learning that? You want to explain Fruma? You want to explain that more?
I don't remember. I just know that like at the time of the rainbow we look in Gullus, it was that reminder that we really it's just Hashem's kindness that we exist. Yes. But there will be a rainbow that comes at the Geula, which is a rainbow of it kind of takes it over to a place of rachamim, like it's not connected with Gullus anymore. It's the Geula rainbow. It's not like tied up with negativity. It's way above that. I don't remember the details of it. I mean, know, but there's
Yeah.
like this idea that the rainbow will be not that sign of, oh no, but a sign
Right.
of wow.
Right.
Yeah.
The sign of Hashem's love for the Jewish people.
Right.
But
So it's like the same idea of turning it over, turning it over. But I like to be present in the moment. That's such a good message of like right now being present and being appreciative and grateful at this very moment. That's a very important message for to live
yes,
by.
to live by, yes. Yeah, so actually, Karen got went on the link. She saw the chuppah, she saw the rainbow.
Oh,
Another,
amazing.
yeah,
See how
another,
we're all united like
yeah,
that. That's neat. And I
one,
was having a Chanukah Sabais at the same time.
oh,
So
mazel
I
tov.
felt like it was
Yes,
like that connection of like,
yeah,
you know, simchas of that unity that we have
yeah.
as you're having your chuppah, I'm having my like, you know, it's like that the energy of the
No, but it
yeah.
seems like the achdut is creating of us between us is
Right,
creating
right.
this miracles.
What was
Miracles.
also nice, what was also nice was that it didn't rain during the chuppah. It rained right before, rained right after, but exactly in the chuppah it stopped.
You know, one of my children also like was in Cincinnati in the summer and it was pouring and pouring and the rabbi that was coming in was late because it was just pouring and pouring, pouring. And then by the chuppah, it stopped. And then right after it was pouring and this terrible storm and there was delays but it was just during that time. And so I told my daughter-in-law, I said, wow, that was amazing. She said, I davened that it wouldn't rain by the chuppah for the power.
Right?
And that was the only time it didn't rain. Everywhere it was like interesting.
Yes, there was a very strong winds. We were trying to take pictures on the rooftop before where the chuppah was before, and literally the wind was blowing down the photographer's equipment and it was blowing down these big things of flowers, and it was crashing wind. It was very strong wind. The chuppah, it was completely no wind at all. It was completely calm. Pretty amazing. Anyway.
Well, there you go. You said you felt the Rebbes and the Rebbitzins there, right?
They
Good.
helped out. Thank
Well,
you.
Yeah.
I have to tell you another story miracle. I was in Israel and it was the Baba Sali's yard site, and they were saying, "Don't, it's dangerous. Don't go, don't go, don't go." But I decided there was a bus that was going, and it was pouring and lightning and thunder. But everywhere our bus went, it stopped. Everywhere we went, there was sun, and like behind us was thunder and lightning. And I felt that Hashem wanted us to get there and the Baba Sali invited us. So yeah,
Nice,
Baruch Hashem.
nice. Yes,
That's a beautiful miracle. That's beautiful.
It is. So it's like, yes, it's also like the storm kind of stopped for a moment of the chuppah, and there was a rainbow and there was calm, that calm like after the storm of the mavel. It was a very strong message that, this it was like a tshuva moment of during the chuppah where we were doing tshuva and coming close to Hashem, and then Hashem accepts our tshuva kind of feeling.
Can I ask a question? Like there's this back and forth like dilemma of like, like when you're in the transitioning type of thing. So you have the like great revelations and then you have the great concealments and they kind of like both pull at you simultaneously. But it wasn't you're saying that the year of the Rebbe's stroke when he's speaking and all this great revelations of Torah that he's giving us, but that was also the concealment, but it was also a double Adar at that time, right? There was two Adars?
Yes.
And wasn't it also like October 7th? Like that last year was a double Adar, right?
Yeah. Well, it came out in Tishrei, which is already not the double Adar.
Oh, it was after the double
Adar. After the leap year.
Okay, that was my question. Okay.
But in any event, what the other thing over here, Adar can overcome this idea of anything negative. It's not just a month where negativity is whitewashed or passed on or overcome, or just removed or not. it's an overcoming of hiskabrus, of hiskabrus means overpowering of the good in that one.
Amen v'amen ken yeh ratzon miyad atam mamash.
Amen.
Now.
Okay. So now,
Amen.
okay,
Amen.
connecting it to this idea, the essence, what's the mazel? Okay, a mazel, the Rebbe says, is connected to the essence of the soul. It's the source of the soul. It's not the soul that's the soul that's revealed in the body in all the 5 levels, even level of Yechida, is just a ray of this essence. And this essence, which is the Ayin, which is the source, is revealed in Adar. Okay, so because it's revealed because of Moshe Rabbeinu's birthday, but like you said, the Rebbe said, all the Jewish people's neshama is revealed stronger from their level of Ayin, which is beyond. Okay, so this is no matter what, no matter who, we have this really strong.
What was the connection with ayin? I missed that.
So it says Ein Mazali Sol, which the Rebbe says also means Ein Mazali Sol. Ein is nothingness. Ein and Ayin is the same spelling. And the Rebbe says, when we say we don't have a mazel, what does it mean we don't have we don't have the nations of the world's mazel. We don't have the same kind of mazel they have. We have our own mazel, and it's the essence of our neshama, which is not revealed normally in the body. But that essence shines and is revealed, this level of Ayin, in Adar. Because it's revealed through the birthday of Moshe Rabeinu. And that affects the month. Yeah. Another Rebbe adds, we could say, when the rabbis say that the month of Adar is healthy and strong, the mazel is healthy and strong, in a way that the mazel often shel chozek v'tokef, in a way that's strong and tokef is like really effective, strong. Adar gavaisa, like this overcoming of the Jewish people. Gavaisa is to overcome. Because in Adar, the mazel of the Jewish people overcomes from the level of Ayin, etzem and neshama, which is from the essence of our soul. That what's revealed is the chozek and of the strength, and this strong strength. It's a double strength, which is revealed as healthy and strong of the essence of the soul, the mazel, which is nekudat hayadut, which is the Yiddish point of Yiddishkeit that every Jew has. Shebachol echad ve'echad Yisrael, each and every Jewish person has. We each have this strength and power to be able to moisten nefesh, to give up our soul for Hashem, even if a person has not been a righteous person his whole life, or an observant person, or a learned person. Every Jewish person has that power to give up himself for Hashem, because we have this mazel, the source of our soul, hasn't been hidden and overcome. So this source of our neshama can overcome any concealments. And to add, Adar itself is the word that symbolizes strength and gevura, overcoming, overpowering. Like Chazal say, a person who wants his money to exist, to continue and exist, he should plant in them an Adar. Like it says, Hashem is Adir. Adir means, from the word Adar, Adir means also very strong, overpowering, overcoming. So the word Adar has the lashon, has the wording of something that's everlasting and strong, and that's why it's called Adar. So in this month, Adar, what's strengthened and emphasized is the strength, the chozek, and the tokaf, the permanent strength, the very strong strength of the Jewish people. Shenikru adirim, we're called adirim, which is very strong ones. Like the rabbis say, adirim, those are the Jewish people. Shenema, vadirei kol chatziban. This is from where? From Tehillim. There's a pasuk in Tehillim that says, vadirei kol chatziban. Adir is the strong Jewish people. Hashem loves us. Chatzi, he wants us, he desires us. Adir milashon chozek ve'ometz. Adir means strength and courage. To be strong in our service of Hashem. It takes courage and takes strength. It takes tenacity. including the strength and the courage to be Moshe Nefesh, to give up ourselves in to Hashem's oneness, which is beyond our seichel, our rational. So it takes courage, and each and every one of us has this ability to overcome our mind, to overcome our weaknesses, to overcome what our mind tells us, all the negative things our mind tells us, and to be able to go above it, and to be Moshe, to give ourselves, dedicate ourselves to Hashem's will, no matter what, no matter who, because we have the source of our neshama, which is, it has this hiskavus, has this ability to be adir, to be strong, to be courageous, to be overpowering. So now we can understand what the rabbis say, and the rabbi is saying we can understand it with a little bit of a remez, like a hinting, like what the Midrash says, that Adar itself, the month of Adar on its own, doesn't have a schus, and its mazel doesn't have a merit. And so Adar, the month itself has no merits. We didn't have anything meritorious that the Jewish people, I guess, did when it was started. The month itself doesn't have anything special about it. So לאחרי שבעדה נולד משה, שמצד זה גובר מזלם של ישראל בחודש אדר, זה מתגלה שבחינת עין המזל לישראל הוא הזכות של אדם מזלם. After we know that in Adar itself, Moshe Rabeinu was born, that because of this, the mazel of the Jewish people in this month is revealed and is strong. Then that reveals the level of ayin of the Jewish people, the mazel of the Jewish people, which is our merit of the mazel and is the mazel of the month. Meaning the fact that on its own it didn't have a merit, but because Moshe Rabeinu was born, what was revealed is this ayin, this level of ayin of our souls, of Moshe Rabbeinu's soul, which is included in our souls. Therefore, there is a level of merit, no matter who, no matter what, forever, from this month of Adar. But he connects it Adar Cheremes to this idea of Ein Mazel Yisrael, the Jewish people have no mazel, but the mazel of Adar does, because we get our strength from this level of Ein. Ein and Ein is the same thing. And this is the level of the Jewish people, which is at the level of Ein, which we said is Bittul, of being to transcend the Seichel, transcend anything that makes sense. It's a level of Ein, of nothingness. We're in this wondering, like we're just seeing Hashem and in wonder and in awe, okay? And Bittul, it's openness. It's the level of what they call in the 12 steps a surrender. That's the Ein, where we're just like surrendering to Hashem. That's the level of Ein. That's where we get the strength from our koach of our neshama. We don't let anything, we overcome any negativity when we're surrendering. And we can get our strength from this level of Ein, which is wowed by Hashem, okay? Which is just like in total awe and surrender. So that's the strength of this month. And I think it's 8:30, and we should stop for now. I'm sorry, I hope we'll be able to finish. Yeah, we should be able to finish tomorrow. If we start on time and
well, we'll go with that power of Adar and the wow. Like, yeah, you can do anything, right?
We're Superman and Adar, right?
So when you're happy, also put it together. We break all boundaries. We're able to connect to the higher levels of our neshama and just go for it.
Well, you have the advantage of coming from the double wedding, so you have a lot of kayach in that.
Thank you.
In the simcha, so you'll share with us. You'll share with us that energy.
There was a point towards the end of the wedding, I was just exhausted, and I was like, okay, I would just like to sit down and just relax and rest. And then they started the music again for the last final few moments of dancing. After at the end. Welcome Goldie, and I said, okay, I'm just going to give it my all. I'm just going to go dance with the young girls that were there, because it was only young girls at that point dancing.
What time?
I don't know. I was beyond time.
So how was your son's foot? Was he able to dance?
It was better I haven't spoken to him today yet, but it was better.
But was he able to dance?
Yeah, he danced. I think he took some medication also, but yeah, he was able to dance.
Baruch Hashem.
Yeah,
That's a miracle.
Yeah, well, it was. So yeah, so thank God. The Hashem is kind and Hashem is good. But whenever there's a wedding, there has to be something that will go wrong. So I told
That's true. That is true.
I said, this should be it. This is the only thing that should go wrong.
For half a day only.
Yeah. So The good thing about it is that everybody was, I think, it was nice to see how everybody was happy for the Chacham Mikol. It really
Was
did.
was your sister there? Was anyone in your family able to make it?
No, from Eretz Yisrael, no. But my niece came with her husband and daughter from Five Towns. She's from and lives in the United States, so she came. And all my kids were there and their spouses. Only one daughter-in-law who from Australia who just had a baby a couple of months ago. She wasn't able to make it, but all my kids and their spouses, aside from that, were there.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was very, very special. And
Mazel tov, mazel tov. Your
Well,
mazel's
were they
shining.
there for both? Wait. Did they stay there for both weddings? Everybody?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, some of them went back home and came back.
Well,
So,
I mean, from Australia. He
one
must
from
have not.
Australia stayed. Yeah, and they went to New York for a few days. He wanted his kids to have a Crown Heights experience. Because
Wow.
Sydney, they didn't really have too much opportunities to go to Crown Heights. So
How many days between the weddings
It
were
was
there?
12 days. 12 days.
Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem.
It was very special. And I'm going to take you ladies with me to Eretz Yisrael, God willing, because we're going to go for
Amen.
the next wedding in a month. So you'll be with me on the journey.
You're going in a month?
Yeah, my husband's son is getting married. You want to come? You're all welcome.
Well,
They're
I'm planning. I have to.
About April 3rd. Okay? You're all welcome.
But then you're coming back.
We're
It's going to
staying
be
for
there for
Pesach.
Pesach.
No, we're staying for Pesach in Eretz Yisrael. It's 10 days before Pesach.
Baruch Hashem.
That's Hashem. Yeah, so stay with my parents and that's Hashem.
What a miracle! Your mother, Hashem, wants you to go back to your parents again.
Exactly. My mother really, is at the stage where it means so much to her to have people visiting her.
It's so funny because you were saying, oh, should I go? I'm not going to go. And then all of a sudden Hashem is making you go each
Are you
time.
going to go back? Yes, exactly. She's a holy woman, my mother. She deserves
Baruch Hashem.
with her. Yeah. Baruch Hashem.
But Hashem is bringing you back through Simchas. That's like a miracle,
Amen. Let me turn off the recording and let's do the psukim. Then we could schmooze some more, whoever wants. But let me turn off the recording.